welcome. How does it get any better than this? Alright, so Rick's telling me that the email said to be live at 4, which is now his time, but the title on the YouTube says starts at 5:15. Oh, I think I screwed everything up today. Oh well. Those of you that are here, hi. Those of you that aren't, see you on the replay. Oh dear me. Alright, so what grand and glorious adventures can we have today? Morning, Amy. Afternoon, actually, where I think you're in the States from memory. Alright, we have a list of colours. Colours. Can you guys see the colours? It's not very clear, is it? I couldn't be bothered getting all the pots out like I normally do, so I just wrote the colours down. How does it get any better? I hope this is easier. So check out those colours. Let me know in the description what you want me to paint, and we've got either an 8x10 canvas or a 10x14 oval. So that's your options. What do you want? Tell me in the description. Or you guys can tell me in voice, because you're my patrons. I'm so grateful for you. How does it get any better than that? Oh my god. Capture top moments. New. Create a highlight video. Crikey. That's scary. That sounds like it takes more than one person to run the creation. Hey Purple Snowdrop. Hey Ramona. Hey Deanne. 9 p.m. in the UK. Ah, cool. So we're 13 hours different at the moment. That's good to know. You guys are on winter time now, and I'm on summertime, which makes it a little bit easier. We have a vote for the oval. 1 o'clock in Seattle. 2 votes for the oval.
I'd like the oval.
You'd like the oval as well? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Digno de aliento en esta obra de arte. Okay. If somebody could translate that for me, super grateful. Translate.google.com. Sorry, I only speak English. Non comprende. I know that that's not French, but I think it's Spanish. Well, I'm online when you are live. Yay, Debbie! Woohoo! Alright, we have our first colours. Payne's Grey, Violet, Silver on the oval, please. Cool. Lynn, yay, Lynn! My favouriteest Lynn in all the world. Lynn is my co-admin, which reminds me, if anybody is a really regular user of the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group and lives in the States or Europe, sort of that sort of time zone-ish type thing, I am looking for some help on the admin side. Lynn is going to be away in January, and she is my super duper helpful person. So if anybody is keen to give me a hand, that would be super amazing. Private message me via my Facebook page, MickeyArt1. So facebook.com/MickeyArt1. And she would like oval canvas with many shades of purples and blues. Yay! Rick made it! Kathy says the oval with crimson, gold, and Payne's Grey with a ring pour or straight pour. Nice. Sue says oval. Yay. Laurie. Hello, darling. Yay. Laurie is just down south from me. Amy's yellow, blue, and white. Yellows, blues, and white. Okay. Do you guys have any colour choices? Can you actually see the colours? Probably not.
I think blues and purples with a metallic.
Blues and purples with a metallic would be good. Okay. Karina says this work of art is worth of Alento. I don't know. Thank you, Karina. Rex.
Michelle, maybe some white.
And some white. Oh, I didn't write white or black on there. White, black, iridescent medium, they're all there too.
Oh, I'd say orange, turquoise, and a metallic.
Orange, turquoise, and a metallic. Awesome. That was Debbie. Sorry. Rick says purples and blues sounds pretty, maybe a bit of silver. We're starting to get a theme going here, guys. Silver, violet, ultramarine blue, and white. Now that's very specific colours, which is great. Kind of incorporates all of you in there. So I'm going to go with that. And I haven't had a single vote for the 8x10, so we're getting rid of that.
Black with pink and yellow.
Black with pink and yellow. I adore you, Doug. And one day I will do that for you, but not right now. Okay, so everywhere I have visceral responses to those colour combinations. I destroy and uncreate that. It's time for me to get over this stuff. But if I get over it, then Doug will have no buttons to push, and that would be sucky. Amy says yellows, blues, and white. Oh, I said that one already.
We'll just have to find a different button.
Lynn reckons that we should draft Doug in to help with the admin duties. I'm not sure that the dodgy posts would get cleared out in that case, Lynn. It might not be... Although we started a good one yesterday. And if you guys haven't been on the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group recently, go in and check out Doug's post yesterday. It started an amazing conversation, and but don't go in if you're prudish, because that would not be cool. It was lots of fun. All right, so I'm going to go with Ramona's colours, which are silver, violet, ultramarine blue, and white. What sort of pour am I doing? I can't even speak. That's not very good, is it? What sort of pour am I doing, guys? Give me some feedback on that next. And am I putting any silicone in as well?
An open
I really
cup.
need to tell you.
An open cup pour. I have a vote for an open cup pour on the Patreon group.
I'll second that.
Oh, second of that too. I think we might be getting an open cup pour. So that's like putting a toilet roll and pouring in the top and then lifting it up, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, God. These MDF circles are, ovals are a pig to get pins in. Where's my hammer?
You need something all that's really huge.
What's that?
The big fat pins are really easy to put into that. Have you seen the huge fat ones?
I have, but I haven't been able to find them in a local store, so.
Then do some.
Ah! Oops. Oops. Maybe that's not a good idea.
They're really inexpensive on Amazon. I can send you some if you'd like.
I've got some credit on Amazon because some beautiful people have been using my Amazon link, so I will have a look. I do try and only use stuff that is available in New Zealand. That was my target when I started this.
Right.
Although my cabochons I haven't found in New Zealand anywhere, so I've had to go with Amazon for those.
So they go all the way to the States from China, and then they come to you again.
Yeah. So here's a hint. If you're nailing in these, don't just do a big hit. You've just got to tap. And if you're using these, guys, try and get them all in all the way, and that way you've got an even, very uneven this one, look at this, look at the angle of that, that is not flat. But if you can get them flat like those two are, then you know that they're an equal distance, and as long as your table's flat, your canvas is going to be flat. Why do we need a flat canvas? So that your paint doesn't run off in the meantime. Alright, let's make sure everybody's got a good view. We're in focus. So if you're wondering, if you're on the YouTube and you're wondering why I keep ducking out of frame, it's because up here I have another camera and my patrons are joining me live through video conferencing and they can talk to me. That's who the other people are you might hear in the room. And they are joining me through that, which is awesome. I get to talk to them and talk to you. Rick's singing me a song. If I had a hammer. It is morning. I did hammer in the morning. Yay! Oh, I love that song. I used to sing that all the time. Mum used to play it on the guitar. Rick wants a balloon smash. Cherie wants white space. No silicone. What's silicone? Oh, no silicone. Oh, that's priceless. No silicone, not silicone. Funny. That's so funny. It took me a while to get that one. Sorry, Purple Snowdrop. Turn on English humour. The jug with the hole in its bottom. You know what? I think I threw away the one with the hole in the bottom. I've still got my original gravy jug. But I threw away the one that had the hole out of the bottom because it was a pig to clean and it had a flat bottom, and so all the paint wasn't getting into it. I have seen on Amazon and some in shops in New Zealand as well, ones that are the same but they've got a conical bum, and so I'm guessing the paint will actually slide down into the hole a little bit easier. So I'm planning to get one of those. Can you tell how good I am at cleaning my stuff out? Not. I thought you were going live at 8:30. Lucky I was bored and opened up YouTube. Good job, you caught me, Kelly. Yay. Amy says balloon smash too. Oh. I think
balloon smash after you do whatever it is.
I think Rick was talking about Doug's version of balloon smashes that were talked about on the Facebook group yesterday. Rick likes the big push pins.
Enough for that?
Is the camera big enough? I think the camera might blow up if I did that.
I was talking about the canvas.
Oh, is the canvas? Yeah, probably just. But
Doug will have to pay for his own special session.
yeah, as I said in the group, that would be a very high priced Patreon session. I think I'd let my husband choose the price too.
That's a $20 subscription.
Although I could borrow some what are those twirly things that burlesque dancers wear and see if we could make some pretty patterns with those.
Tassels.
Tassels. Thank you. Oh, this has gone off track. Hello, Bodhiengo friend. I would love to know your name because I just cannot pronounce that. Rick recommends using a small nail to make a pilot hole before putting in the pins. Now that's very organised. Everyone's calling me Kiwi. How's it get any better than that? At least you're not calling me an Aussie. Yay! Welcome, Shirley Joan. White space. Sure is. White space, white space, white space. Alright. I did actually mix up a whole 3 containers of white space paint yesterday, so I'm getting ready for a really big one that I've had sitting up on my shelf. I don't know if you look. Just up. Oh, you guys can't see it on Zoom, sorry, you have to look on YouTube. But up behind me on the shelf, there's a big long, starts here and goes all the way over there. It's big. It's a 12 by 48. I've had it sitting there for nearly 2 years, so I think I should paint it up.
What are you going to do? What do you think you're going to do?
I did a flip and drag on the last one of those, and that came out really, really well.
Wow!
But yeah, I'm still in the question. I'm not really sure.
Oh, but you must be decided.
No. I kind of think, well, flip and drag worked. It was easy to get it that long, but yeah. Do I want to do something different?
The ghost form? Everybody's doing those, right?
Yeah. And I think it would be a pretty intense ghost pour. It'd be long and thin and yeah. Anyway. Hi Linda. You always make me think of my auntie when I see you, because she was maiden name was Linda Stark as well, but without the E. My maiden name's Stark. Thank you for your videos and answering comments. Very helpful. Hey, I think I'm up to date on my comments. OMG. I've been up to 2 weeks behind, and I finished them this morning. Yay! YouTube's got this really handy feature now that shows you any comments that you haven't responded to. It's really useful. So I think I'm up to date. I do need a helper. You're right. Funnel and a cup save the mess. Balloon smash. Everyone's saying balloon smash. Use a funnel in place of the pancake dispenser. Good idea, Lynn. I do. I thought I had a funnel. Oh, I didn't bring it. Oh, pig. Oh, rats. So this is, I have one of these. This is a McDonald's Slurpee, no slushy lid, and it's got the hole, and we could cut that out so that you've got, here we go, so you've got holes like that, you've got a square hole even, and then put that down, fill it up, and release. How's that sound?
Yeah, because you get more paint in there, because funnels you just don't get the good amount of paint, right?
Well, it depends how big your funnel is.
Well, yeah.
I hope you guys on the YouTube can hear these guys talking, because they say some good stuff.
Michelle,
Yeah.
your facial camera is blurry.
Oh, sorry.
Mine isn't.
On my face camera. That is too. Polish. Excuse me.
The canvas is
Oh, that's better. You can see all my wrinkles and white hairs now. Alright, fill a balloon with paint and then pop it over the canvas. I tried that one time, purple snowdrop. It's not very effective. There is a video of it on my channel if you'd like to go and check it out. Leave it to Doug to know about tassels. Do you wear them while painting in your birthday suit? That's called a helicopter. Anyway, what's wrong with being an Aussie? Nothing, Sue. It's just so many Americans don't know the difference in the sound of our voices, and so they go, oh, you must be an Aussie. It's like, no. So funny. But
because when Aussies have their words translated, you know, like across the bottom, it comes out normal. But Kiwi is so funny.
yeah.
They don't get it.
YouTube obviously doesn't value us enough yet.
Well, where my husband works, they are working on it big time.
Oh, cool. Where does he work? I'm glad you said. Oh, okay. They're doing voice recognition there? Wow. Okay.
Well, it's not Amazon, it's AWS.
Right. Okay. So, where do we get to? Sue took a message away. I love you, Sue. Mama Garphone. Hi. Good to see you, my sweet. I am very, very excited to see you actually, because I was thinking about you the other day and I thought I haven't seen Jan for a while. So I'm very happy to see you. See, I do notice who comments and I do keep track and miss you when you don't. Mwah. Oh, they've got bored. They're talking amongst themselves. Size isn't everything, lol. Alright, okay. I'm going to put some white on here to start with. It's looking quite thick, but that's okay. It's a good place to start. And remind me again, ultramarine, violet, silver, and what was the other colour I was supposed to be putting in this? Was it white?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you guys think that the ultramarine will go with the violet?
Too dark. They're both too dark, aren't they?
Well, it depends how much white we put in, whether it's too dark or not. I was more thinking the tonage.
I say go for some orange, like I suggested.
Orange! No.
Oh.
I'm really not a fan of orange, my darling.
No, neither am I. I never use it.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe there's a reason for that. I like the painting in the background of the sun. Yes, that's how I started my my painting, actually, back in the day where I thought you only painted with paintbrushes. It's actually, if you want to start painting with a brush, it's a good way to start. It's just, you put your white down and blend in some yellow around the edges and then add some red and then add some blue and just blend it to make that sunset kind of look. And then you just get black and a thin brush and draw a silhouette of a stick tree. And they come out looking fabulous and everyone goes, wow, you're so talented. And it's like, yeah, so talented, I can paint stick trees. It's brilliant. I sold several of those actually. It's quite funny. I even had somebody commission me one to do one of a particular type of African tree. So there you go. Alright, we have our white, which is looking very thick. But that's because I mixed it yesterday. And I haven't played with it. I tidied in here yesterday. I don't know quite what came over me. But then I did have my bars run on twice on the weekend, so that's always a good start to get your brain clear. Right. So, we seem to be having a lot of aeroplanes. I might close my doors. Hold on. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunny day here. And so we're going for ultramarine. And the only person that said anything about silicone said no silicone. So are we going with that?
You're boring me that, Finnegan.
It's boring. Boring, Muriel. Alright. Let's do it. I'm going to put silicone only in the violet. Why? Because I already have some mixed. I already have silicone in this stuff. So this is going to be a thick option.
Kelly says put it in.
Kelly says put it in. Awesome.
I hope she's talking about the silicone.
Well, yeah, I hope she's talking about the silicone as well.
Vanessa says no silicone.
Oh, you guys are so cute. So we've got white, violet, silver.
Now Vanessa says, okay, then use it, LOL.
It takes on a whole new point of view when you realise what sort of silicone I do use. For those of you new to my channel, I use Durex Play Perfect Glide from the condom aisle. So there you go.
Well, especially since they're talking about size doesn't matter.
Yeah, size doesn't matter and to put it in or not. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. This is looking pretty. Please don't anybody ask me, and Doug, if you do this straight after I tell you not to, I'll laugh. Don't ask me how much paint this is because I have no idea.
It's enough.
Yep, and that's a lot more blue. But it's pretty. Okay. No silicone, no. Greetings. Okay, geez. Oh, I could be here. Yay. Hi, Emily. That silicone would be fitting for Doug's paw technique. Yes, I agree. Put it on the end of the tassels. Oh, crikey. Emily says it'll be interesting to visit that aisle. It's been so long. It's when you show up and you buy a whole box of it, people get really confused.
Wearing your tassels.
Wearing your tassels. They wouldn't be confused at all at that point, my dear. Carla says hi from KY.
Hold across using Durex in your paint.
I googled dimethicone actually. I googled dimethicone NZ because I was looking for something that somewhere that sold dimethicone, because dimethicone is a form of silicon and it tends to make the best cells. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. And so I googled it and it came up because Durex Play is 100% dimethicone. That's the only ingredients in here. Oh, I've covered it with paint. No, there it is. Ingredients. Dimethicone. It was in focus just then.
Yeah, I use Astroglide. Same thing, dimethicone.
Astroglide. What is that? Is that a similar sort of product?
That is, yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we can get just in the store here.
Okay, so for those of you in the States, Astroglide is also dimethicone. So there we go.
Yeah, but it's not as good. I actually found your one on Amazon, so I did get some from there.
It's hugely expensive on Amazon. I highly don't recommend buying it there if you can find it somewhere else cheaper. It's
Well, I'll just
insane.
fly to New Zealand and buy it. That's not going to be expensive.
Well, no, it wouldn't be expensive to fly to New Zealand to get it. It is actually about $12 a bottle in New Zealand supermarkets.
Sure.
And I always make sure that I've got my teenage sons with me when I buy it. That's always fun. And we go down an aisle with a young woman on the checkout. So, you know, I'm a good mum.
Rick says Dollar Tree has small bottles of KY.
So what I want you to be aware of when you're looking at using lube is how many other ingredients it has in it. Because in New Zealand, Durex Play has two versions, the black and pink bottle, and that's just dimethicone. Then they've also got the green bottle, which is the one if I was putting it on my body I would actually use. Not saying I have, but that's the one I would prefer. And that's got all sorts of things like aloe vera and all sorts of interesting skin-friendly things in it, but actually no dimethicone. So there you go. What did you just say?
Strawberry flavouring.
Strawberry flavouring.
Emily says that we're going to need to put a mature rating on this if we keep going the way we're going.
I agree. It's making her day though. How does it? She's almost crying. Yay! Laughter is one of the biggest gifts you can give the planet. It's such a healing energy. So keep it up. You have to make sure it is dimethicone, not the water soluble. That is a very good point. All right. Apparently I have the best lives. It's because I'm willing to be dodgy, as I truly be. Julie says I tuned in at the right time. Anyway, let's finish the pour, shall we? Okay, so I'm just going to lift this and just let it flow, let it flow. Oh. Can't really see, but what I can see is looking freaking amazing.
A lot of paint.
It is. Ta-da!
Beautiful.
You guys aren't very in focus though. It's required to change that. Well, maybe you are in focus, it's just the painting isn't. The painting is just a bit blurry. So if you guys can hear conversation, I've said this already, but if you can hear conversation going on, I've got my Patreons joining me via video chat over here. So that's what you can hear. And there's a bit of air bubbles in there. Oh, I love this. This is looking fabulous. Let's pop the air bubbles and see if any cells want to come up before I stretch it. Got it. Okay. It's time to tilt. Let's do it. Oh, stuck to the paper underneath. Just going to touch over the edge and come back. This might take a while to dry, I think.
Looks like a big eye at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not really enjoying that center bit. Really like the soft fluffiness around the outside, but that center bit that looks like a spiral paw, not overly excited.
Really? I like it.
You like it?
Kind of spacey.
Spacey.
Like something you'd see from outer space of the from down of the ocean, of the oceans or the whatever from outer space.
Kind of does have a sort of like a wormhole-y look to it too.
Yeah.
Is that where we do our balloon smash, or do we just leave it alone? Let's have some boats on this, guys. While I touch up my edges.
Purple Snowdrops said, "You mean you have to tell us it's not going to dry in 3, 2, 1?"
Not this one, my darling. Not this one. I would be super happy if I could do that, because that would save me a lot of stress trying to get these things done. It reminds me of yin and yang. Looks like a hurricane or a nebula. Loving the depth already. Yay! Now these through here are actually silver cells, these ones. There's like a strip of silver through here, and then another strip through here. And then there's some silver in amongst this as well. Yay, Jane! Go for it, baby! Here's some air bubbles extravaganzas. And there's a stripe of purple through there, so I've got a whole heap of cells come up through there.
I think it's amazing.
Oh, I think it's amazing too. I think it's a stop right there moment.
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't want a balloon smash now.
It doesn't want a balloon smash, no. I don't think so.
Emily agrees with a no balloon smash.
Yeah. So does
A lot
Linda.
of people are.
Alright, so no balloon smash. We're going to leave it as that. I seem to get really good results with these oval ones when I do lives. This is the third live that you guys have had me do an oval. And the other two were amazing as well. See if I've got clean enough hands to show you. Probably not, but that way. So this is one I did on a live. Do you guys remember that one? And there's the other one I did on a live. So these ovals seem to be doing pretty stuff. I'm liking them. Liking them a lot. Alright. Let's see if I can get there any more zoomed. I'm wondering if you've got smudge on the lens. Excuse me, zoomies. Is that any better?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm so glad I noticed. No, not just your eyesight.
I love the way those shapes at the top there, they haven't fallen off. That's just fabulous. Mine would have just fallen off. So this is interesting.
These ones up here.
Yeah.
Yes, the thicker paint definitely holds its shape better. So I remember when I first started pouring, there was a lot of conversation in comments from people in Facebook groups and on Anne-Marie Ritterhoff's videos. That was who I learnt through. About how, you know, if their painting wasn't perfectly flat, the paint would just all have run off by the next morning. And I've never had that problem. I've never really had the amazing cells that some people get either, but I've never had the problem of losing them. So if you guys are new and you are having problems with cells, I do actually have a playlist on my channel called How to Get Cells, and there's several videos on there, and they cover the thickness of your paint, the type of silicone you're using, how much you stir the paint once you've put the silicone in. So there's lots of little factors to play with, and if you ask me in a question in a video comment, I'm just going to refer you to that playlist, and then if you're still having problems, we can go from there. But it's you know, I talked about this on my last video, but I just really want to remind you, those of you that are actually doing acrylic pouring and not just joining me for my lovely sense of humor and sexy good looks. Anyway, make myself blush. Anyway, this stuff is art. No matter what anybody tells you, this is art, and it's the art of getting a mix that works for you. And it's an art of using colours that work together for you. And it's the art of creating something, knowing what to tip off, knowing what not to tip off, what to keep, what to get rid of, where to stretch, where not to stretch. And art is always for the artist. Please, 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 no matter what anybody else says, if you love it, then it's perfect. And I've had a few videos recently where I've scraped and re-gone again, and people are like, oh, why didn't you stop at that point? And why didn't you stop at that point? And yes, I see what they mean by those points in the video, and yes, they were pretty, but they weren't what I knew was possible. So always follow your knowing, and always do what's fun for you. And if other people have judgments, that's their problems, not yours. It has actually nothing to do with you. Other people's judgments have nothing to do with you. They are just their judgments. So, there you go. That's my hints and tips for living.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I've seen quite a few on the Facebook thing about how people have been told, oh, that's not art. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, and I think it's because it's something that anybody can do.
Yeah, but not
and
successfully, right?
So people have the judgment that if anybody can do it, then it can't be art. Well, that's a load of shit.
That's so rude.
So, yeah, there is a point at what, and there was also a question put into the acrylic pouring for fun Facebook group that we ended up deleting because of the obnoxious conversation that ensued afterwards. But I think it's a very, very valid question, is when can you call yourself an artist? And to me, if you are putting your own spin on it, if you are creating something from your own place and not just copying. I mean, I have done pours that people have copied. I don't know if you can see it, but the black and white one up behind me, that's easy to copy. It's just black, white, black, white, black, white, make a new spot, black, white, black. And yet, if you're doing it by putting your own spin on it, you're creating something about it that's uniquely you. That is art. And the cool thing about this stuff is you guys could all get out your violet, your ultramarine, your silver, and your white, and your oval thingies, and your McDonald's slushy cups. We have a McDonald's 4 doors down, and I pick up my McDonald's slushy cups off my front lawn, wash them and use them. They are... I'm using what nature provides me. How's that? My children did go through a phase of having slushies, and it may start up again now that it's summer, but it's not something I promote. But they are, yeah, I mean, I picked up another one this morning, so that's why I thought I hadn't got one, because I'm still on the kitchen draining board having washed. But use your surroundings, be inspired, create something. And it may not be acrylic pouring. It may be putting cinnamon in your oatmeal that's a bit different to normal. Choose something. Create something different, something for you, and just, I want to use the F word, everybody else's judgments. Just ignore them. And if I have another channel that I don't know how many of you know about, but I have another channel. It's called Access U TV. You can find it youtube.com/AccessUNZ, I think. Or if you search my name and Access U, you'll find it. And on there I have a whole heap of videos, nothing to do with painting and everything to do with my philosophy on life and tips and tools and suggestions on how to not be at the effect of other people's points of view. So that's my rant over. Sorry. Emily's taking the dog for a walk. I must have got boring. Love you too. Gorgeous. They are easier to stretch without pulling it out too much because of the shape. Yes, the ovals. Yes, totally. Good point. I love the edges. I wish there was something to tone down the upper centre. The upper centre, I think you mean all of this white. Yeah. Maybe it'll dry better. Who knows? Or maybe you're meaning that bit. I'm not sure. I actually like it. It's quite dark on this side and lighter on this side, but it's got the lumps and clumps. I think that's silver. And that's silver too. So I'm excited to see how this dries. Lots of silver coming through and through here.
And there's blue coming up on those ones on the edge now as well, where it was just silver before.
Yes, there is blue coming back through. In fact, we've got a few multicolour. I'm looking forward to showing you this when it's dry because it's exciting. Definitely would be easier without corners. Yes. It was interesting. The other thing that happened was when I posted that my random attempt at the blooming technique, my last video. I haven't bought the course, but I must say kudos to Shelley. If the woman that I watched that was recommended in my comments, who showed her whole technique, is correct, and there's 2,000 people in the private Facebook group that have bought the course, and it's like $70 or something, 60, $70. Rolling in it, Shelley. Go, girl. That's all I can say. Good on her. As I sit here and hope you watch my 30 seconds of ads before the thing so I get my 6 cents from you. And my beautiful patrons, they keep me alive. It's definitely a skill to it. I'm in 12 months and still feel like a novice. Yeah, it's a canvas and paint is its art. You can't copy acrylic pouring. It will always be different. So true, Kelly. Emily always picks up trash when she's out walking the dog. So great. Wash it out. Use it as a cup. Jan says, I'm glad I found Access and Dr. Dane before you, or I'd be slightly confused by your occasional turn of phrase. Classic. I spent 3 days online with Dr. Dane this weekend. It was awesome. If someone says it's not art, tell them Jackson Pollock threw paint at canvas, and that's art. So how different is that from this? Good call. All my neighbours were very confused and disturbed when my garden shed went up and it was purple. It's their problem, not mine. Brilliant. Yes to the...
I think it should have been pink, but hey, that's just me.
You think it should have been pink? Well, her name's Purple Snowdrop, so, you know, it kind of works, really. I'm not sure. You know, I know not to eat the yellow snow, but I'm not sure about the purple snow. What would that do to you? That's my question.
Great flavored.
Oh, and Jan says that her and her 90-year-old mum, minus the dog, pick up trash on their walks. Nice. So you walk... Oh, no. I so could say something really, really naughty there.
I didn't hear you.
I didn't say it. So unless you tuned into my brain, you didn't hear it either.
My question is, does she use a leash for both?
Great question.
You just had to go there, right?
Yeah, see, I didn't say it. It was not me. Jane is asking, have you ever done a piece using a double spiral pour with only 2 colours? Not a double spiral pour, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that count? I think I was one of the first to do this. I got copied by a lot of people. Check the dates on the videos. But there you go. That's a 5 spiral pours in black and white.
Sue's leaving.
Bye, Sue. Oh, the dentist. Brilliant. Have fun. Love the dentist. Dentist loves me too. My dentist wants to be like me when he gets old. How's that for a compliment? My dentist is 28 and he's like, oh, if I've got teeth like yours in 20 years' time, I'm going to be so happy. I don't have any fillings, you see. I had 2 fillings in my baby teeth and that's it.
So New Zealanders don't have English teeth?
Well, I am English. Well,
I know, that's true.
So, well, kind of. I was actually conceived in New Zealand, but my parents had only been in New Zealand for about 6 months at that point. So,
you didn't inherit that bad English teeth gene. You're lucky.
Mum's teeth aren't too bad. Dad's teeth were bad. So I'm kind of hoping that my children inherit my teeth and not Glenn's, because Glenn's are shocking.
So it's just a fallacy, that whole English.
Well, Mum insists it's because we grew up on the orchard and I had lots of fresh fruit and vegetables and bore water with no fluoride or chlorine in it, and we're basically vegetarian for the first 15 years of my life, so she blames all of that sort of thing, but I don't know, whatever. If you want decent teeth, go and do the energetic class called Happy Mouth. There you go.
A bit late now, though?
Actually, no, apparently not, from some of the results that I've heard about. You can grow new teeth.
What?
I know, weird, eh? Lynn says mum on a leash. Would we say that, Lynn? No. Wow, Doug did. But he asked a question, he didn't say it. Stunning, love it, says Jane. Did you make a video of the black and white piece you just showed? Yes, I did. Yes. No, it's not written under that, can't tell you. If you ever think you're seeing one of my pieces, in 20 years' time when I'm hugely famous, I always write on the back the video number. And so you can always go back to YouTube, if YouTube still exists in 20 years' time, and check to see if it matches identically. There you go. None of this, oh, is it really a Van Gogh? I don't know. You'll be able to tell if it's really a Mickey art. There's about 4 paintings I've ever done that weren't videoed. So, yeah. You've seen it right from the very first time that I tried, right the way through. So, they're all on the Acrylic Pour NZ playlist.
I understand now why when sometimes the old masters, they find other paintings underneath them. Because I do an awful lot of that.
Yes, absolutely. And it also intrigues me that oftentimes you'll find somebody else's art underneath it. So they, when they were a young poor painter, they were given old scrappy paintings to paint over. So yeah.
I get a lot of my big canvases from charity shops. So I'm doing exactly that.
Yeah, good idea. My big round ones. Like this one, if you're looking on the TV, not on the Zoom. If you're on the Zoom, this one. That one is painted on a cheap canvas that I bought at the warehouse for like $6, and if you look at it on the right light angle, you can actually see the indents where the words were on the original canvas. So I've got a few of those actually. It's quite funny. I've still got one to paint, so it's fine. I just realised there's still paint in that cuppy thing. What magic can we create with that? What do you reckon? Look at this. We have paint. Bye, Rick. I think you had to go at 5. So let's squeeze that out. Single-use plastic, my butt. No, not my butt. Look at all of that. Pretty paint, pretty paint. Let me zoom you both in. Okay. There we go. What magic can we create with this? There is a cell coming up already.
James says you should put your paintings in a book. I agree.
In a book. I'm putting together a calendar for next year. Well, for this year. Well, yeah. For 2020.
I am too.
Yay!
I'll send you mine if you
So yes, I'm gonna be putting that together hopefully this weekend and ordering, and it's going to be, I'm only ordering 30. So I will send out on an email to the email list and put a post on my Facebook group with the order early link, and first 30 to purchase get it, otherwise you miss out. So there you go, heads up. I will put that out soon. Yes.
We get first dibs, right?
Patrons, yes, patrons definitely get the first dibs. Absolutely. Right, this has been a very, very chatty call. This bit here, what shape should I use? It's got some really cool stuff. I'm thinking oval. It's not big enough for a rectangle. Oval, heart, circle.
purple heart.
What's that?
Like a purple heart.
Well, there's not a lot of purple in there.
Yeah.
You want a purple heart? Purple heart for a purple thing. Oh, I'm going to have to do a snowdrop though, aren't I? Because it's purple and I've got purple snowdrop on the call. Yay! You want a heart. Okay, I'm listening. Paint on the tops of these. Always clean the flat side of your cabochon before you dip it in the paint. Otherwise, you cannot get rid of it. You have to say it was meant to be like that. There we go.
Awesome.
So cute, soft and fluffy. I snorted.
Okay, ladies, stop talking about me.
Like soft and fluffy and...
Awesome.
You shave your head. What are you talking about? Alright. There we go.
I'm actually cleaning up my cabochons as I'm watching you.
Oh, nice. Emily says I'm on standby, staying up until you do it. No sleep for me. New patron on the way. Yay! Oops, it's dark. Come on, lighten up.
Do you put those ones in a housing, or do you just have them? I can't find a decent housing for those.
For the water droplet ones.
Yeah.
You can get them.
Oh.
I bought a big bag of them and then realized that they were, and I bought them separate. Okay, so guys, this is a big hint and tip. Thank you for your question. Make sure you're buying the right size backings with the right size glass if you're buying them separately.
My problem exactly.
I have a bag full of I have a bag full of backings for these, but the backings are bigger than the cabochons. So that's partly what has prompted me to be looking for ways to seal the backs because I really like that shape. So yes.
I use diamond glaze to put mine into the housings, and I just use diamond glaze on the back of my ones that I don't put in a housing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've never used diamond glaze before. Oh, somebody was asking on one of my videos, has anybody used E6000 to put their dipped cabochons into the housing? So if anybody has, can you let me know?
I used to, but it's too thick. That's why I like the diamond glaze.
It's too thick. Okay. And did it affect did it dry fast enough to not affect the paint?
I can't remember. I just decided it was too thick and I didn't pursue it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a good question now.
So what I've come up with as a plan, if you're going to use a glue that takes a long time to dry, then use clear nail polish on the back, just a quick coat just to seal it, and then use the longer drying glue, just so that it's got that layer of protection and doesn't get affected by the moisture in the glue.
Brilliant idea.
Emily says, well, I wish I could do a $50, but that would stick off my other creators. Oh, I love you. And that's the other thing, guys. Did you know that you can actually change from a $10 to a $50 month to month? So if you want to do a private pour with, well, it's not really private because I video it, but if you want to do a pour with me, you can do the $50 option on Patreon once and then change back to the $10 one, or to nothing if you know, so I don't have a point of view. If you choose to, that's an option as well. So there's that one I just did. Lighting for the Zoom is not great to get the cabochon, sorry. It's better on the TV. Look at it on the TV. Quite like that one. It's different, it's weird, it's funky. What about UV resin? Yes, Keely, I did a video on UV resin recently. It seems to do a great job. I was very pleased with that. But you do still need to get those edges sealed and make sure that it doesn't run over the side and have to be cleaned off, because that then breaks the seal. But UV resin worked really well. Joanne says, I have used E6000, just a small tiny bit though. Good to hear. And that was the other thing. Maybe you could do just round the edge so that it seals the edge, but doesn't sit the whole thing in a large amount of glue, if that makes sense. You can resin the back of the teardrops, drill a hole in the top and Lynn, drilling glass scares me. Not much scares me, but the idea of holding one of those tiny little things and drilling. Yeah. Oh, okay. You can do that. That's your thing. And then put a jump ring in. Sorry, I didn't finish that.
I was wondering if you put a beader on the outside edge, still on the flat, UV it, then could you fill it in and then it wouldn't run?
Yes, that is another suggestion that somebody made in the comments of that video. Thank you. They go around and they just use a brush, actually. They don't use the nozzle bit that I was using. They use a tiny brush and go around and seal the outside, and that creates that little lip. They UV it and then do the next bit. And they also said they'd seen somebody else do it where they use a brush and just do a very thin layer and do about 3 really thin layers with a brush of UV resin. Knowing my ability to clean things up, my brush would probably go hard every time I used it. Laurie says that my Mickey Art homepage, channel page, has a link to access you if you're wanting to find my other channel. Oh, great idea, Lynn. A painting session with Michelle would be a great Christmas gift for a new pourer. There we go. Have you thought of wire wrapping the cabochons so you don't need a backing? Somebody, was it Andrea, was doing wire wrapping? I think she got a bit distracted from acrylic pouring because she got into wire wrapping. And she was doing really lovely stuff. My personal thing, if I'm going to be selling them, I need to know that if somebody accidentally wears it in the shower or jumps in the swimming pool with it on, it's not just going to float off. So for me, I would still want to seal it even if I wire wrapped it. Oh, Keely was meaning, can you use UV resin to seal the cabochon to the back? That is too big. Yep, you could. You'd just have a weird, interesting thing. But using the UV resin would definitely keep it more secure than having it floating. Floating away. I'm going to swipe this and see what we get. And then I think I'm going to call it a day, guys. So if you've got any more questions, pop them in the comments now. Oddly enough, purple cells. That'd be because it was only purple. Gonna do a rectangle. If I can get it to be clean. I adore you guys. I love these sessions. And because it's so late in the month for this session number 2 will be next Friday. Well, same day next week, whatever that is for you, but it'll be a couple of hours earlier.
It'll be the day after Thanksgiving here.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, stupid Americans. No, I didn't say
Oh, so well, no, but that isn't that.
Oh yeah, so that's Black Friday. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nobody does it anymore. Well,
even the New Zealand shops are getting in on Black Friday, and we don't do Thanksgiving. I don't get it. Anyway.
That's just, yeah, England is doing the same.
It's insane.
Yes.
And
here there's a big backlash against it anyway.
Oh, really?
Because it's, people shouldn't be having to have that family time taken away from them. So there's a big backlash. Or the people who work in the shops.
Oh, right. Gotcha. I understand now. It's okay. It's their choice to go shopping. But
yeah.
We're not talking about the people that are going shopping. We're talking about the people that are working there. I like that. That one's subtle.
I just love that shaped cabochon. It's amazing.
The rectangle.
Yeah, my best ones are on those ones.
Isn't it interesting? I'm not a fan of them, but then I'm very much a rounded edged girl, oddly enough, given my body shape. But not saying that you're not a rounded edged girl.
I am very much so.
But you know the koru design that I quite often do, the fern frondy thing. That is my like it just yum.
Yeah, I understand exactly. Very earthy and just it gets you in the gut. I love that one.
Yes. Joanne says, if the backing is plain, you could add small crystals to fill in the empty spaces. Oh, crikey. If it's not diamonds, it doesn't go in there, darling. Yeah, you can just imagine the cheap metal. Yeah. Antiques Roadshow in 100 years' time. Oh my goodness, it's a Mickey Art pendant. How can we tell? It's cheap metal and diamonds. Thanks, Julie. Bye. Kaylee says, I recreated a light up beaded Christmas tree, but incorporated a Christmas themed paw as the background. Oh, cool. Oh, that's a good way to use up cabochons. Beaded Christmas tree. I I love wire wrapping, says Jan. My cabs. Still trying to decide the best way to seal them. Sometimes sticking two together. Yes.
Use the UV resin to stick them together.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. UV resin to stick them together would be great. Love watching you pour, Michelle. Yay, thanks, Keely. In the UK, says Purple Snowdrop, there is Black Friday for a week and then Cyber Monday the next week. It does take days to set the E600 or E6000.
6,000.
Yeah, Bodhi Hingo friend is saying 600. You said in one of your videos you were using an old painting. Do you still put a base coat white? I don't often gesso unless it's a really intense colour on the old canvas that I really don't want to come through on a new painting. Oftentimes I'll just take the canvas and use it as it is. So I'd love to see a photo, Keely. That would be cool. All right. I'm going to do 2 more teardrops out of there. And then they could be made into earrings. That would be cool. Because it's quite consistent through there. So if I do 2 in it there, that will be reasonably consistent and would look kind of cool. Polish on my t-shirt. And polish on my t-shirt. I wore a new painting shirt for you guys. It's not a new t-shirt, but it's a new painting t-shirt.
So does that mean it's clean?
It was. It's not now. There we go. So we've got a pair of earrings, hopefully.
You still do, you did a couple of, or I saw one anyway, where you used the teardrop ones to make flowers on a canvas.
Yes, I did.
The small.
I never got around to gluing them on though. They're still sitting up on my to-do list up there.
Yeah, I just had to move mine.
This is one of the things. It's one of the things that I'm hoping to be able to do with going down to the 4 videos a week. It's actually allocating time to, like I've sat down and started making cards out of the big pile of stuff that I've got, and you know, actually assembling some of the capuchons into pendants. I've got a craft market coming up on the 14th of December, so
ditto, exactly right here. That's why I'm doing mine now.
So yeah, I'm hoping to spend some of that time that I would normally be making videos finishing some of the paintings that I've done for videos in the past, because you know it's rather intense doing a video every day. You don't.
3 hours.
I've probably got about 40 paintings that are sitting here unsealed because I just have not had time. And when people are willing to pay me money to edit videos for them and stuff like that, that keeps me eating. and paying my mortgage and things like that. So haven't tried resin yet, but planning to. Yes, the UV resin, Jan, that one's I put this one in my Amazon shop. Banlana, that's the one I've used, but that's definitely, it's the only one I've ever used, so I'm not promoting it as the best because I have no idea. I've never used another one. Yes, reusing canvases that you don't like, absolutely great way to save money, but make sure you clean the silicone off them before you paint on them. Very important, otherwise you will definitely have the old colour showing through. Teardrop says, thank you so very much for making me smile tonight. After spending a month watching my best friend passing away on Sunday after a massive stroke, I needed a few smiles. Mwah! Hugs and caring and big love to you, and how's it get any better than this is all I can say. I know it sounds weird to say that, but it can only get better sometimes, so just keep asking. I want to try Christmas cards. What colours do you suggest? And what cardboard do you use? Well, personally, I use the inside of cereal boxes. That's what this is. So look, cereal box. So I use the inside, I paint on that. And if you could do all sorts of things. You could just pour a green pour and then cut the shape of a tree out. You could then get red cabochons and stick them all over the tree. I'm actually coming up with all sorts of ideas for a Christmas themed video shortly on how to use cabochons and old paintings and stuff like that to create Christmas gifts. So I'm planning to get that out fairly soon because I know you guys then need time to create it. Many of you have found my Christmas baubles painting from last year, or maybe it was even the year before, but there's been a lot of hits on that recently. So check that out. But yes, that's what I use. It's a good, but you do need to dry it flat, otherwise and dry it on plastic so that it doesn't glue itself to whatever else you. Wet cardboard melds with wet paper and becomes one. The cardboard. I'm rambling.
No. None of those cereal boxes have white on the inside. They're all like brown.
Oh. See, that's what comes from living in New Zealand. We have this wonderful brand called Hubbard's. They used to have little what are they called? Newsletters in the boxes, and they had all sorts of really cool things and stuff in their newsletters. They don't have them anymore. Anyway.
So they're not using like recycled paper. They're obviously using bleached, not very PC card.
Classic. All right. I adore you guys. I'm going to say goodbye. And what grand and glorious adventures can you have today? How much fun can you have? Let's just once again show you what magic we created. And with that, I'm going to say, mwah, I adore you, and end the stream. So, bye-bye. Thanks, guys. I adore you. Thank you so much for coming to play. Have fun, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.